4 weeks, 3 players, 1 field. The E-Boys are unstoppable. Catch their highlights on Week 10 of 4-3-4 in the NFL. Hello everyone and happy Wednesday. It's November, so the polls are open, including the poll for the Pro Bowl. A couple of our 4-3-4 players are on the ballot, so make sure you go vote. You have up until December 12th, but don't just vote one time, vote 2 times, 3 times, as many times as you can. Get your whole family involved so that our 4-3-4 players can play in the Pro Bowl here in Orlando on January 27th. Gonna have a link down below of where you guys can go vote. Taking a look at this past week, it's a couple losses that I don't think many people expected to happen. The Saints lost to the Falcons, who only had 1 prior win to Sunday. The Chiefs to the Titans. The Colts lost to Miami, who surprisingly, they're undefeated in November. And then Buffalo lost in Cleveland. 2 of our teams were affected by these wild losses, so we're going to kick off our highlights today with those 2 games. The Bills lost on the road to the Browns 19-16, but for Cleveland, 2 of their standout stars, Nick Chubb and Jarvis Landry, had a phenomenal day. The 2 combined for over 200 yards and a touchdown by Landry. But folks, don't worry, because Buffalo's defense still showed why they're one of the best in the leagues. Here Chubb goes for his longest run of the day, 24 yards, gets past Bills defenders, but they bring him down when it matters. At the goal line, Browns are going to get a whole new set of downs, 4 more opportunities to score. But they weren't able to succeed. To Chubb again, he's brought down by the big wall of Buffalo. And then on the 2nd and goal, Baker Mayfield trying to switch it up. Is going to go to Odell Beckham. I could have had some fantasy points, but I was okay without him. I still got the win. It's 3rd and goal, 4th straight chance. Back to Chubb. Tremaine getting involved in the action, puts a stop to that play. Cleveland had 5 straight opportunities to score at the goal line, but every time they were stopped by the Bills' defense. Like I mentioned, one of the best in the leagues right now. This next play that's coming up, I just want you guys to remember this, keep this in the back of your memory for later on in the highlight. Tremaine, the game's down 2. He's going to take the opportunity to put 2 on the board, sack and safety, his first sack of the season. He had 3 total tackles, 1 for loss, and then this pass deflection later on in the game. Remember how I said to keep that play in the back of your memory? Well, this is why Buffalo had a chance to tie it, send the game to overtime, but their kicker missed his 2nd field goal of the game, giving Buffalo the loss. Now off to the Music City. Kansas City had Mahomes back. He went 446 yards, 3 touchdowns, but it wasn't enough. Tennessee's offense kept on rolling to pull off the upset, beating Kansas City 35-32. It's the Chiefs' first road loss this season. Let's take a look at our player, Juan Thornhill. Pretty decent game for number 22. He had 5 total tackles, but that's not his lucky number. He's had 5 tackles twice this season. Both times the Chiefs have lost. First time was back Week 8 against the Packers. Tennessee just scored. They're going to go for a 2-point conversion so that if the Chiefs come back with another touchdown, it'll be a tied ball game with only 23 seconds left in the game. Ryan Tannehill going for the 2-point conversion. He's going to sneak it in. No one picks it up except for Thornhill, but it's too late when he does. That'd be the game-winning drive. Kansas City gets the ball back. They go for a field goal. It's blocked. Tennessee tightened up. They've now got a 500 season. The Chiefs are 6-4 after this week. Now let's look at some of our wins, but for Detroit, they were without Stafford. He's got fractured bones in his back, so they had Jeff Driscoll in the lineup, but he wasn't enough. Chicago snapped their 4-game losing streak, beating Detroit 20-13. The Bears have now improved in the NFC North, switching spots with the Lions as they're now in 3rd in their division. And the Bears are only 1 win away this weekend from having a 500 season. But hey, it's any given Sunday. Anything can happen, and the Bears will be on the road playing the Rams for a Sunday night prime time event. I saved the best highlight for last, even though it didn't start out that way for Steelers. The high snap over Rudolph's head. Rams scoop and score. Now, both these teams had strong defenses out on the field. For the Rams, they had Darnold and Matthews, who really affected the Steelers' rushing game, but Trey Edmunds only had 4 carries, showed up when they needed him the most. Let's take a look at his brother. Terrell had a remarkable performance. He had 8 total tackles, a tackle for loss, a pass deflection, However, he would get called for a pass interference on this play, but don't worry, he made it up later on down the field. Like I mentioned, both teams, strong defenses. For the Steelers, TJ Watt, it's his 22nd quarterback hit. It's the most in the NFL this season. And then I say this name every single week, but it was a great trade by Pittsburgh. Minkah Fitzpatrick, his second week in a row with a defensive touchdown. I think the wrong Fitzpatrick's got the nickname Fitzmagic in the league. The Rams going for the fake punt, so T. Eddie's out there for special teams. He gets the interception. The first running back in over 30 years to have a pick. The last one was back in 1988. It was Kenny Gamble by the Chiefs. So only a few people have those accolades to their names. One of them is T. Eddie. Rams putting pressure on Rudolph, Clay Matthews, Aaron Donald, the safety. That would be the last time that the Rams scored on Heinz Field. But the Steelers, they're still up, but they've got to move the ball down the field, getting a scoring position if they want to secure the win. 3rd and 1, they can't convert. So who does Rudolph go to for 4th and 1? No one other than T. Eddie. Like I said, 4 carries, but he showed up when it mattered the most for the team, puts him in position, the game-winning field goal, but still time left on the clock. The Rams get one more chance. Goff, 4th and 10, airs it down the field, but who's there to protect it? Terrell stops the possible game-winning score, protects his end zone. The Steelers now have a 4-game winning streak and a winning record of 5-4 on the season. And like I said earlier, the E-Boys can't be stopped. As always, it's time for our weekly updates. So yesterday, the NFL posted this picture on their Instagram, and it's their playoff predictions. If they come out right, 3 of our teams are in the wild card round. The Steelers would be against the Texans, and then 2 of our teams would be facing off against each other, the Bills and Kansas City. So make sure y'all tune in next week because I'm going to be breaking down the playoff picture and what it looks like for each of our teams for our 4-3-4 players. Looking ahead towards the weekend, we have all the prime time events starting out on Thursday night. The Steelers on the road to play the Browns, who just beat the Bills at home this past Sunday, so they've got some good juices flowing for them. Sunday, 2 games at 1 o'clock, the Bills versus Dolphins, who Miami has yet to lose in November. Remember, I keep saying that. It's kind of a big deal. Who thought they would be this place this month? Jaguars are back. They'll be in Indy playing the Colts. And then Sunday night, the Bears versus the Rams. Monday Night Football, Chiefs versus Chargers. Something interesting for this week is that all of our games are on the road, so who knows what's going to happen. They're all playing away. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. That way you'll be the first to know when the videos are uploaded. And go follow the new Facebook page. I'm going to link that down below again. But I'm posting stats throughout the games and just giving y'all information throughout the week so that you are fully up to date. Excited to give y'all next week. It's a lot that's going to be happening, and it'll be week 11. I got to figure out something new to do because I just ran out of fingers. But it will be coming to you soon.